Good morning, YouTube. It's Atticus. How's everybody doing? I am back with you with a DLC Lizardmen game. So yeah, guys, we're going to try some of these new units and new lords. So today we're going to be fighting my people, the Druchii. We're going to be betraying them. And yeah, so this is kind of a cool one. So we'll just go ahead and jump into it. So for my lord, guys, we are going to play good old Tic-Tac-Toe, I do believe it is. Where's he at? Yep, right here. So, out of all the new Lizardmen lords, I'm actually really enjoying him. He's such a freaking hard to kill. Like, I've seen him one-on-one Boris and win. Granted, he did have support from, these units right here, the Falk Sentinels. But yeah, he's a really powerful lord. He's really cheap, which is allowing you to go a lot larger on your armies. And it's cool to have a lord that you could deep vanguard, so he has some pretty interesting buffs that go with flying units as well. So yeah, we're going to try Tic-Tac-Toe. For my front line, guys, we're trying what I consider the bane of Sisters of Slaughter. These little bad boys right here, skink cohorts of javelins with their poison range damage. And then, yeah, they're the same as just a normal skink, but they can also throw their things. So yeah, really big numbers. These guys are really good at dealing with shaft units and holding things in place. But these are the really cool killing power of my army, guys. We've brought in 4 units of Kroxigars. So yeah, I'm hoping my opponent doesn't expect this, and then these guys will just absolutely just crush the front line. I mean, these guys are so cool to look at anyways. I mean, look at that. So cool. Also, guys, we're trying the Arc of Sotek. So yeah, this thing has that radius poison damage. He's already really good at just rampaging through front lines. I figured have him come in there, and he'll just weaken my opponent, making the crush cards even that more deadlier. And also, guys, we are trying the Ancient Stegodon Engines of the Gods. So yeah, this thing is really cool. It has a damage resistance buff, and also has that orbital bombardment spell thing. It's so fun to watch. So yeah, we're going to see how this thing goes, guys, and hopefully be able to get some value out of it. So that's my build. For my opponent right here, guys, we are fighting the mighty Lord Lokir Felheart. So yeah, Lokir is a good pick in this matchup, I do believe, just because he has healing. So it's going to come in handy if I start trying to snipe you with solar engines and things like that. Also, guys, I forgot to mention I did have another unit of Pterodon Riders here in this deep vanguard. My opponent also has a Charybdis, so yeah, this is always a good pick in this matchup as well. The only downside to it is you have to be really careful it does not get sniped by chameleons and skinks and things like that, because it doesn't have that much armor. If you look at it, it has 60 armor, so yeah. I think it did get a buff. It used to be 50 armor, I do believe. For his front line, he has the Helibroni, some Bleak Swords of Chevrons, another Spirit unit. Then his secondary line right here, guys, he has 2 units of Dark Shards of Shields. And also he has a Dark Rider of Shields over here, and a Cold One Knight over here. So, yeah, a little bit of everything. Also mixed in, guys, we have a Bolt Thrower and a Sorceress of Shadows. So let's go ahead and look at the spell loadout. Pit of Shades, a Feebling Foe, and the Pendulum, it looks like. So yeah, a lot of damage potential right here. So yeah, that's his build. I was gonna say it looked a little bit skimpy, so he also does have a unit of Doomfire Warlocks here in the trees. So yeah, these guys could be really good at hunting down chameleons and skinks and things like that, but they're gonna be really vulnerable to Pterodon Riders and things like that. So alright, let's go ahead and start the game here, guys, and see how it goes. So right off the bat, as the grilled cheese said to the ham, I don't know if that makes sense. We're going to start just moving up our armies, guys. We have a little bit of distance to traverse here. So you can see that I'm using the walk command. I'm not having my army march. I don't want them running, tiring out. And it's just really cool watching these lumbering Kroxigars, stomping ahead. Let's get a little look at this ancient Arc of Sotek right here. Yeah, that's so cool. And we'll take, last but not least, let's look at the Engine of the Gods here. Yeah, imagine that was coming at you. Let's go ahead and let's look up here. Yeah, that's a little bit of a cinematic shot for you guys. Alright, so enough of that. You can see over here, guys, I was doing a little bit of damage with my Pterodon Riders, and you can see that I dropped rocks right onto these Dark Riders. Sorry, I kind of missed it. I was sitting here showing off my skills. But yeah, I did use the Drock Rocks things on these Dark Riders, and it did a lot of damage. You can see I am going to discover that he has these Doomfire Warlocks, and we're going to be able to start shooting these guys. And yeah, I'll do a little bit of damage. I mean, watch these spears hit this guy. It should be coming here any second. Oh, yeah, there it was. All the volleys just hitting these guys into the back. You got one sticking out of this guy. So, yeah, we're doing a lot of damage there. You can see that Tic-Tac-Toe is going to engage into the fight with Lokir Felheart, guys. I'm going to do all his buffs. So I got Masters of the Sky, Deadly Onslaught, Focused Instincts, and you can see we're doing a lot of damage, especially with the Fox Sentinels that are going to be able to support him. And look at this damage, guys. Lokir is actually getting bullied out of the air. But, you know, Tic-Tac-Toe is not a... He might be small, but he can sure hold his own. But my opponent is wisely going to have his Dark Shard start shooting into Tic-Tac-Toe, which is going to make me be like, all right, deuces, I'm going to get out of there. I'm going to have to retreat. Now, I'd have been really interested to see who could have won that fight if, you know, he wouldn't have had the support of those range units. Over here, you can see that we did a lot of damage to these Doomfire Warlocks, but my opponent is going to get a charge directly right into these guys and send a lot of them flying. So yeah, that's bad. Not a bad choice. You can see he is going to pull away before the Croxagars could get in there and stomp them with their clubs. But yeah, now the front lines are going to start to collide, guys, and you can see that the Croxagars, the Engine of the God, Arcasotek, everything is going to be coming for blood. You can see that the Kribis is going to come to try to counter these Croxagars, which is really a smart pick. But yeah, I have so many range units. They're going to be able just to start hitting the Kribis. You really need Harpies or something like that that could really, screen for your more powerful units. Over here, guys, you can see that all across the lines here. Let's go ahead and slow it down here. The battles, the armies have collided. We have Cold One Knights, Spear units fighting amongst Croxagars. We have the Engine of the Gods in here, rampaging his lines. But yeah, our army was a lot bigger than his, so we were able to flank around and screen out his Dark Shards. And all meanwhile, you can see that the Fox Sentinels are also just hitting these guys, poisoning them, and slowing them down. Over here, guys, you can see it looks like we're going to have a spell on one of my Skin Cohorts. We'll go ahead and see what spell that is. And it's going to be a really good Doom Bolt. It's going to do a little bit of damage. But yeah, you can see Malekith's going to get a really nice breath attack. He's wisely trying to shut down all these range units. But yeah, you can see over here, guys, the Kribis is fighting amongst the Croxagars. And the Kribis will win that as long as he has, support. But I'm going to get a really good Solar Engine attack, guys, right into this... right into the back of all these Dark Elves, and it's absolutely just going to shred through them. It's going to break the leadership of the Cold Ones. It's going to send those spears running. You see my opponent tried to return the favor with some Pit of Shades, but I think I was able to dodge them. But yeah, guys, these guys are being such an annoyance. You can see we're hitting Lokir down. We're focusing the Kribis down. But yeah, my opponent still does have the Bolt Thrower up for a few more seconds. You can see the Arcasotek is going to come in there and rampage it. I did use his ability. I forgot. I didn't show it, but yeah, it was able to poison the front line. And over here, guys, you can see that we're fighting amongst these Doomfire Warlocks. And he has 2 units of Doomfire Warlocks. There must have been one in Deep Vanguard that I did not see. Or that might be the same one, and just a unit of Dark Riders. You can see that the Croxagars, they're heavy mass. They're just keeping them from cycle charging me, guys. They're all getting poisoned. And yeah, you can see that his Dark Charge are trying to shoot into these Croxagars. But he has so little models that it's not doing as much damage as you would expect. Here, Lokir is going to land. He is trying to fight the Ancient Stegodon. But yeah, we're going to be able to... return a lot of the damage, and you can see that the Kribis is trying to get into the battle, but look at all these little ankle biters that are just, staying on its tail, just nipping away, and yeah, that's what's so powerful about the Lizardmen. They have all these shaft units with their poison, and my opponent is just going to give up and say that, yeah, I can't do it. So that's going to be a win for the Lizardmen. I thought that was short but sweet kind of game. Let's go ahead and look at the in-screen breakdown, talk about some of the keys for my success. So yeah, Mr. Winter, I've played him before. Good game to you, my friend. I think this build was really cool. I thought that, this works. You have a whole bunch of shaft units with poison, and then you have these big lumbering, armor-piercing behemoths. You use the Pterodon Riders to poison everything and slow things down. The Engine of the Gods, obviously you saw what it did with that front line. And also, I didn't really show the Arcasotek, but I was able to get the poison damage off. And yeah, you guys saw how good Tic-Tac-Toe was doing against Lokir Felheart. So yeah, that is a really good, interesting build, and it works against the Druchii, so I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I have some more replays coming. I know that one was a little bit short, but I thought it was just such a cool build, and I wanted to show it to you guys. So, alright, this is Atticus. I'll see you guys later, and goodbye.